Comments on the show. I'm sure, Chris, you can write your letters to Chris Davis and we'll try to make the show better for you.
Square, Northeastern, don't ask the zip, I don't know.
And it's time.
Survey says.
The price is wrong, Bobby. For trivia.
And live from the ECAT studios in Northeastern Massachusetts, this is Tuesday Triviality. It's May 28th, 2024, and I'm your host and Trivia Master of Ceremonies, Tim Poupolo, and it's time for Trivia. Alright, so yes, it is indeed a Tuesday. If your Memorial Day Monday has thrown off your entire week, we're here to give you a little bit of regularity. Tonight's episode of Tuesday Triviality is brought to us by Northeastern Savings Bank. From personal to business banking and investment services, Northeastern Savings Bank is here to help you grow. To find out more about their services and locations, go to northeasternsavingsbank.com. So thank you for joining us tonight, and thank you to our sponsor and all of our viewers. People like you make this show happen. And what this show is live on the air trivia, general knowledge, questions, and answers. So if you're watching this either as a rerun or at a later date on demand or online, you can always play along in spirit like any other TV game show. However, if you're watching with us live this evening, you have the opportunity to participate and potentially win prizes. So here's how that works. What we have right over here is a QR code. I'll give you a moment now to get this answer form up on a device. It could be on your computer or a phone or a tablet, but no matter how you're going to be viewing with us this evening, this is how you'll be sending in your answers. It'll be time-stamped down to the millisecond so that we'll be able to break any ties. But whether you're watching this on your computer or on your television, we'll all be answering it through the same method. So anything you yell at your TV, unfortunately, won't be counted. Okay, so we'll all be using that submission method. And when you have your answer sheet up, you'll notice there are only two required fields to fill out. That would be your name and your answer. There's also a non-required field at the bottom, or an email address. You'll only need to fill that out once. So your first submission, you can include your email address. That is, in case you are one of our winners, we'll be able to reach out to you. You won't need to submit that every time. It's a lot of typing. Just your first one, and as long as you don't change your name throughout the night, we'll be able to match it up to your first response to contact you. If you want a little bit of a tip, right now you can use this chance to enter your name and your email address to save those precious seconds and give your thumbs a break. And those precious seconds are important because to be one of our winners, there's two factors involved. You need to be one of the top 3 fastest correct answerers for each question. So that means it's not bad enough that you have to be right. You have to be right and fast. And on the other side of the coin, it's not good enough to just be fast. You have to be fast and right. But for each question, the top 3 correct fastest answerers will have their names submitted into this fun little bag right there, the bag of wonders, and that will be the drawing at the end of each round. So that's the winner pool. In order to max out your chances, you can be a top answerer for all of the questions in the first round. That means 1/3 of the names in that bag will be yours. However, if you are maybe the 3rd fastest answerer for one of the questions in round 1, you still have a chance because no matter how many times you're in there, the drawing will still be random. And the points don't carry over. Each round will be starting from scratch. So we will have a prize for each round. In round 1, we'll be playing for a $50 gift card to Fernandez Lumber and Home Center. That's at 299 Depot Street in southeastern Massachusetts, family run for over 65 years, serving the town of Easton. So plenty of options there at Fernandez Lumber and Home Center to spend $50 gift card. That's what round 1 is going to be drawing for. Round 2, we'll be playing for another $50 gift card. This one will be to the Beanery on Washington Street. The Beanery is at 181 Washington Street in Northeaston. They are a coffee shop and cafe featuring organic coffees and teas, as well as offering fresh made to order breakfast and lunch sandwiches all day. So breakfast and lunch sandwiches, fresh made to order, as well as organic coffees and teas at the Beanery. That's a $50 gift card again, and that's our round 2 prize. And to round us out, round 3 will be playing for a $50 gift card to Shoveltown Brewery, Easton's only and premier local brewery, where you can come to 50 Oliver Street, which is right here adjacent to ECAT Studios, and grab a shovel, as they say. They have fresh on tap, brewed on location beers, as well as hard seltzers for those that don't have a taste for beer, as well as pizzas and other kitchen items on their menu. So that's another third $50 gift card that we will be playing for, and that'll be the round 3 prize. So hopefully everybody has your answer sheets sort of at the ready. How this is going to work is when I read a question, it'll appear on the screen, and a 1-minute timer will begin. That 1-minute timer, once that runs out, I will reveal the answer on air. Once I do that, unfortunately, it's too late. So you'll have 1 minute to send it in. And a few things. Spelling doesn't count. Do your best when it comes to spelling. I know sometimes autocorrect can get the best of us, but as long as I can tell what you're trying to say, we'll try to get you those points. So if it phonetically seems correct, if it looks correct, feels correct, we'll count it as correct. In the same vein, sometimes there may be a couple different ways to say the same correct answer. In the world of triviality, technically correct's the best kind of correct. So we will honor those technically correct ones as well. The only caveat is for the spelling. If you accidentally spell something else that's completely wrong, we can't help you there. So be careful not to be too far off on the spelling that you say something else entirely different. All right, so we're about ready to launch into our first round. Let's keep this above the belt. We're here for the love of the game. We're not here to judge who is the smartest amongst you at home. We're just here to judge who has the best collection of useless information. And being general trivia, this will be useless information from all over the span of categories. So whether you're music, movies, TV, pop culture, or history, there's at least a question for you each round. All right, get those thumbs ready, get those thinking caps on, because we're going to jump into round 1 with our round 1 questions. Let's put a minute on the clock for our first question. And here we go. On which day in February is Groundhog Day celebrated in the U.S. and Canada? Groundhog Day. It's, like some holidays, like Memorial Day, where it's the Xth Monday of the month. Groundhog Day always falls on a particular number day of the month. So much like Halloween is always the 31st of October, no matter what day of the week it falls on. What day is Groundhog Day? Groundhog Day right here is what we're looking for. So with this, you can type out the full date, or even if you just send in a number, we can make the proper assumptions of what you're trying to say. Groundhog Day. And if you've watched the movie Groundhog Day, maybe you've noticed that calendar never changes. What if there's no tomorrow? Because there wasn't one today. That's a fun quote from that movie Groundhog Day. All right. And the correct answer right here is February 2nd. February 2nd is Groundhog Day. February 2nd. It's a German tradition brought over to the U.S. where they use badgers in Europe, but groundhogs here in the U.S. and Canada because we are without badgers in the Northeast. On to question number 2. What city is the state capital of Michigan? The state capital of Michigan. You gotta love a good question that has no trickery to it. This is as straightforward as it can be. State capital of Michigan. There are 50 of them. Sometimes I like to throw one in just to make sure who's paying attention. Or I guess, should I say, paying attention in 5th grade. The state capital of Michigan. That's the state that's cut in two. We're about halfway through right here. Of course, a lot of our state capitals aren't always the most memorable city that comes to mind when you think of a state. For example, you have the capital of New York is Albany, although people would argue New York City is more important, not the Albanians, I like to call them. But the capital of Michigan is what city? And that's our time. Here we go. That is Lansing. Lansing, Michigan, right there, which a good amount of you did get that, but another handful fell into a trap trying to list other large metro cities in Michigan. Ooh, question number 3. Question number 3 right here for the musically inclined. A 1982 single that went platinum. What rock band sings Jukebox Hero? You know that Jukebox Hero with stars in his eyes. Jukebox Hero. It's the tale of a man and that one guitar that just blew him away. We're looking for the band that brought us that platinum single in 1982, Jukebox Hero. All right, how hard did you rock in the 80s? There we go. Or how well do you know your jukeboxes if it's still right there in the rotation? But what band sings Jukebox Hero? And we got about 20 seconds left to name me that band. This is 1982, and they got a lot of distance out of this track, but this was far from their only hit. So we're not talking about a one-hit wonder here, which I think later on tonight we will be talking about a one-hit wonder, so be ready for that. The correct answer for that question was Foreigner. Foreigner, Jukebox Hero. Okay, and question number 4. Going a little scientific right here. Question number 4. In a perfect state, true neutral water measures what number on the pH scale? So the pH scale is how you measure acidity. It's how you measure acidity. And naturally, something that's neutral will be in the center of that scale. But the center of that scale, what is that scale? It may go 0 to 1,000, 0 to 100, or 0 to 3. What is neutral water? What is neutral, pure neutral, right there for that? Here we go. We got our answers coming in. All right, so neutral. What is the center of the pH scale? And pH stands for potential of hydrogen. So that is hydrogen is the agent that either takes electrons or gives electrons. So what is neutral? The scale goes 0 to 14, making 7 neutral. Everything below 7 is considered acidic, like lemon juice. And anything above 7 is considered basic, like milk or bleach on the far end of the base scale. So 7 is at the center of the pH scale. Okay, so here we are at the center of round 1. All right, our next question goes into the world of cinema. Question, what is the name of the leading actress in Sleepless in Seattle and You've Got Mail? Sleepless in Seattle and You've Got Mail. Two movies. The leading actor in both of these movies is Tom Hanks, who is the leading actress that stars alongside Tom Hanks in both of these films? Again, these films, Sleepless in Seattle and You've Got Mail. What is the name of the actress starring opposite Tom Hanks in both of these films? Again, not unique to just those films. This actress was quite well known for some other hit rom-coms as well. So here you go, 15 seconds. We're in the last quarter, the fourth quarter, so to speak, of this particular question. Looking for the actress behind You've Got Mail and Sleepless in Seattle, both starring Tom Hanks, should I say. They're not action movies, they're romantic comedies. And the correct answer is Meg Ryan. These are both Meg Ryan movies. Okay. Here we are on to question number 6. Another chance to get your name in the bag. Question number 6. The United Spirit Association, USA, is an organization for the training and advancement of what activity? Of what activity we're looking is the United Spirit Association, an organization that is behind it. So, of course, most activities have a governing body or organization that advocates for it. What activity is governed and trained and promoted by the United Spirit Association? The United Spirit Association is what we're looking for. So people go to these United Spirit Association training camps. They can get a United Spirit Association scholarship even. What is the USA, as they are abbreviated, there to further advance and promote? We're in our last 10 seconds right here. The United Spirit Association. All right, so for this one, when you see spirit, you may be thinking ghosts, but it's more, I have spirit, do you? The correct answer is cheerleading. They're the organization that runs cheerleading camps and trains cheerleaders for professional leagues as well as hold the cheerleading nationals in the United States. So it is cheerleading, or just cheer or cheering. Right there is what the United Spirit Association governs. Okay, moving right along to question number 7. How do you write 3,000 in Roman numerals? We're looking for 3,000 in Roman numerals. All right, so good old Roman numerals. I know it might be a little tough because we haven't quite gotten to Super Bowl 3000 yet. That is how most of the American masses know their Roman numerals well. So people may know if I said, how do you write 51 in Roman numerals because of Super Bowl 51. But how do you write 3,000 in Roman numerals? 3,000 is what we're looking for. All right. You know, it'll be nice and easy once we get to the year 3000 to remember it when you write the date down. But 3,000. You know, maybe simpler, who knows? But don't get confused between 300, 30. They're all in groups of 3. But 1,000 is the letter M, making 3,000 MMM. MMM is how you write 3,000 in Roman numerals. 300 would be CCC, which takes us to our final question of round 1. So here's your last minute and one more chance to get your name in the bag before our break. What is the name of the British explorer and ship captain that was the first to sail around Australia and discovered the Hawaiian Islands? I use discovered in quotes loosely because it was already a very well-established kingdom. But we're looking for this famous ship captain and sailor. For reference, the name of the ship was the HMS Endeavour, if that helps anybody. Who is the name of this ship captain who discovered the Hawaiian Islands and was able to circumnavigate Australia and New Zealand, mapping out the coastline of both? So we're looking right there for a ship captain. And this ship captain, unfortunately, Hawaii was his final destination because this ship captain, a British explorer, wanted to take one of the royal family back to Britain with him. But one thing about royal families is they also have a royal guard. So he was killed by the Hawaiian Royal Guard while trying to kidnap a member of the Hawaiian royal family. But that captain is none other than Captain Cook. Captain James Cook, right there. Had a mighty fine crew. Captain Cook was the correct answer right there for our final question of round 1. So if you submitted your answers, we will make sure that the top 3 fastest correct answers for each of those questions gets their name in the bag. We're going to take a brief 1-minute break, and when we come back, we'll be drawing our round 1 prize, which round 1 is for Fernandez Lumber and Home Center, $50. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Sick of all the new shows and movies dominating pop culture? Well, have no fear, because Old Time Movie and Old Time TV are here, where we like to add our own flair.
There's a truck out front, and if we could just get the keys...
Man, are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? Those are flesh-eating zombies. They upended our car, okay? We're lucky to be alive, especially Joe. I had to pull him out of the trunk, for crying out loud.
It's been a long day.
Also, make sure to check out the Radiocast, our accompanying podcast where we talk about what we've watched.
There was a lot of moments of just Mac on the raft going down the river, just internal monologuing over and over and over.
We show the classics and nothing but the classics. Well, except for the weird ones. Check us out on all our channels as well as our YouTube.
And we're back, and we're all tallied up. The top 3 answers for each question now have a rightful place in the bag of wonders. So we're about to draw for Fernandez Lumber and Home Center. So let's see what the lucky answer was that gets the lucky answerer their prize. All right, let's see, number 17. For being the second correct answerer for cheering, which was how it was written, or cheerleading, or cheer squad, we have Mick C. Mick C, you are our round 1 winner right there. And again, that was for being the second fastest United Spirit Association answerer. All right, so that was round 1, and we all did a good job right there. Round 2, we'll be using the same answer sheet as round 1. Here we go. There we go. And we'll be playing this round for the Beanery. So again, a $50 gift card to the Beanery right there in Washington Street, Northeastern. You have organic coffees and teas, as well as fresh made-to-order breakfast and lunch sandwiches all day. So that's a $50 gift card again that we'll be playing for in round 2. If you're just joining us, we'll be sending in our answers using this answer sheet. The required fields would be your name and answer for each question. But if it's your first answer of the evening, please also include an email address so that if you are our round 2 or 3 winner, we have a way of contacting you. So right there, you can take that moment and also put in your name right now so you don't waste any other precious seconds, but round 2 works the same way as round 1. You'll still have a minute on the clock. We have now wiped the slate clean, and now we'll be playing for our round 2 prize of the Beanery. So if you're ready, we're going to jump right in with round 2, question 1. Round 2, question 1 on the screens. Where would you be able to find the Sea of Tranquility and the Sea of Serenity? The Sea of Tranquility and the Sea of Serenity. Two things, and we're looking for where can you find those 2 things? That's question number 1 in the second round. Where can you find the Sea of Tranquility and Sea of Serenity? They seem like very peaceful places to visit. I should say so myself. The Sea of Tranquility and the Sea of Serenity. Where can you find them? This is one thing that you might have to think a little bit more critically on, because I guess the one is not as straightforward as it appears. And if I can give you any clue, if you think it's very peaceful, the Sea of Tranquility and the Sea of Serenity sit right next to something called the Ocean of Storms. So the peace ends there. And where can you find those seas? The moon. The man in the moon, those facial features each have a name. The Sea of Tranquility and the Sea of Serenity and the Ocean of Storms, those are all big features on the moon. The facial features, should I say, of the man in the moon. So those are features of the moon. Question number 2. What secret organization planned the Boston Tea Party in 1773? Looking for the name of the organization behind the Boston Tea Party, which wasn't a spur-of-the-moment riot. It was a carefully planned protest. A carefully planned protest by what organization? Now, this organization also had a motto. You probably have also heard of their motto: no taxation without representation. No taxation without representation, and the Boston Tea Party are two of the premier things brought to us by what group or organization is what we're looking for. And 1773 right here, no taxation without representation. At this point, this was more or less a budding civil war, because this is before the Declaration of Independence. At this point, no one was looking to be an independent country. We just wanted representation and fair taxes, which we didn't get. And how did that turn out? But the correct answer is the Sons of Liberty. The Sons of Liberty was the name of that organization behind the Boston Tea Party and other things. Give me liberty or give me death. Question number 3. Question number 3. What Russian dish of beef and sour cream sauce is named after a prominent noble family? So we're talking a nobility of old Russia, White Russia. So this is before the fall of the Tsardom. We're looking for a dish of beef and sour cream, a Russian dish named after a very prominent Russian noble family. What is the name of this dish, which coincidentally is also the name of the family? So if you name one, you're naming the other. And I'll accept the regular English spelling. But if you'd like to submit the Russian spelling, I'll count that as well. If you have the right keys on your keyboard, that is. So a Russian dish of beef and sour cream sauce that is named after a prominent Russian noble family. And we're in our final 10 seconds right here before we get to the answer. So if you think about your prominent Russian families, you have your Romanovs and you have your Stroganovs, which the basis behind the beef stroganoff, which I'm sure they didn't cook, their servants did. But beef stroganoff is named after the Stroganov family that financed much of Russia's territorial claim into Siberia during the days of the Tsar. So it's the Stroganov family, Stroganov, and beef stroganoff. Question number 4. Here's that one-hit wonder I promised you. Question number 4. Dexy's Midnight Runners are known as a one-hit wonder in the U.S. for what 1982 single? So that's one of those things, by virtue of a one-hit wonder, you probably won't recognize this band for much of anything, except for one hit single, which most people will recognize. It did reach U.S. charts, and it stayed there for quite some time. You can still hear this hit single on the radio. But what is the name of that hit single by Dexy's Midnight Runners? Dexy's Midnight Runners. That was the only hit that they had reaching U.S. charts. Their fame or glory in any other country does not translate over to here, since only one hit made it to U.S. radio airwaves. So we're looking for, what is the one hit by Dexy's Midnight Runners? Think about that. Those one-hit wonders are kind of fun, because I guess if I wanted to really challenge you, I could give you the name of the song and ask who the band was that's only known for that song. But this song was Come On Eileen. Come On Eileen, if you know what I mean. Come On Eileen was by Dexy's Midnight Runners. All right, question number 5. Question number 5, we're looking for a European city. So what European city is home to the International Red Cross and the World Health Organization, also known as the WHO, not to be confused with the WHO. The WHO and the International Red Cross. We're not looking for a country, we're looking for a city. A city that is the headquarters for both of these organizations. What is the name of this city in Europe? Is what we're looking for. A European city, World Health Organization, and the International Red Cross, which I'm sure do a lot of collaborating together, being both like-minded type of organizations. So it's good that they're both headquartered in the same city. But what city is this? What city is this? Okay, we got a lot of good cities and guesses coming in, but we still have room for another correct one. Now, last 5 seconds right here. Okay, a city known for neutrality and peace, that is Geneva, in Geneva, Switzerland. Geneva right there is the correct answer for the headquarters of the Red Cross and the World Health Organization. Geneva, just like the Geneva Accords. Okay, question number 6. Question number 6, what 1993 adventure comedy film by Walt Disney Pictures starred 3 main characters named Shadow, Chance, and Sassy? Shadow, Chance, and Sassy are the 3 main characters of what adventure comedy from 1993 by Walt Disney Pictures? And the clock is running to name that 1993 movie. Again, your 3 main characters, Shadow, Chance, and Sassy. What is the name of that 93 movie? Okay. And the answers are coming in. I guess it might help if you knew anything about these characters other than their names. But as you can see by their names, these main characters may not be human. Shadow, Chance, and Sassy. And this is by Walt Disney Pictures, not Walt Disney Animation. So it is a live-action movie in 1993. So what is this Walt Disney Pictures movie starring Shadow, Chance, and Sassy? The correct answer is Homeward Bound. Homeward Bound, Shadow and Chance being the old dog and the young dog, and Sassy being the cat. Of course, Sassy is the cat. Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey, is the correct answer for that question. Okay, let's go into the wide world of sports right here. Assisting the referee and umpire in NFL games are a series of other officials. What official wears BJ on their shirt? So what we're going to be looking for here are 2 words, one beginning with a B and one beginning with a J. You have to get both of them correct to get credit right here. So you have your referee who wears the white hat in an NFL game, and then a series of other officials that wear black hats that assist the umpire by making all these other calls. What official wears BJ on their shirt? Naturally, the referee has an R on the shirt, and the umpire has a U. Which official wears BJ on their uniform shirt? And again, stands for 2 words, one beginning with a B and one beginning with a J. So you'll have to get both correct to get that credit right there. And we're in the fourth quarter. There we go, some more NFL. So if this was the fourth quarter, we're coming up on our 2-minute warning right now. I'm not saying no flag on the play. So with no flag, we'll play it as ruled. The correct answer right here is the back judge. The back judge watches the backfield if there's any backfield in motion. So the backfield, the umpire watches the line of scrimmage. The referee makes a lot of calls. And you have your line judges, LJ, and your back judge, BJ. So the back judge is what we're looking for. And just like that, we're already on to the last question of round 2. So one more chance to get your name in the bag. 3 more names going in. Exactly how many feet are there in 1 mile? How many feet in 1 mile right there is your final question of round 2. And you have to get it exact. Now, we're not the other, let's see, there are about 192 independent countries in the world, and 3 don't use the metric system. So we're one of the ones where you don't have 1,000 meters in a kilometer. You have how many feet in a mile? How many feet in a mile right here is what we're looking for. Okay, and our answers are coming in. So it has to be on the nose or nothing, because that's how it works. There's close enough is only in horseshoes and hand grenades, as they say. But how many feet in a mile? Of course, every American should know this, right? That's how we measure a mile. All right, and that's your time. The correct answer is 5,280. Of course, it just rolls off the tongue. 5,280 feet in a mile. And a good amount of you knew that, which is good. That is trivia's trivia right there. May not help you in daily life, but you know it, and only here can you get credit for knowing that. So just like for round 1, we're going to take another brief break, and when we come back, we'll be drawing for our $50 gift card to the Beanery here in Northeaston. Organic coffee, tea, and fresh made-to-order sandwiches. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Sick of all the new shows and movies dominating pop culture? Well, have no fear, because Old Time Movie and Old Time TV are here, where we like to add our own flair.
There's a truck out front, and if we could just get the keys.
Man, are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? Those are flesh-eating zombies. They upended our car, okay? We're lucky to be alive, especially Joe. I had to pull him out of the trunk, for crying out loud.
It's been a long day.
Also, make sure to check out the Radiocast, our accompanying podcast where we talk about what we've watched.
There was a lot of moments of just Mac on the raft going down the river, just internal monologuing over and over and over.
We show the classics and nothing but the classics. Well, except for the weird ones. Check us out on all our channels as well as our YouTube.
All right, we are back and we are ready. So again, we're drawing right now for our $50 gift card to the Beanery right here in Northeaston. So without any further ado, let's see what the lucky answer was that got that lucky answerer their prize. Okie doke. So let's see the number 15. So this is for being the second answerer. Nope, the third answerer for Geneva, Switzerland. This goes to Sherry. Sherry, you are the third answerer for Geneva, and our lucky winner for round 2 to the Beanery. For everybody else, there's always the third round. All right, so one more time, we'll put up that QR code. Our QR code for those just joining us or those that may have exited, right over here, there we go, is how you will get to your answer sheet so that no matter how you are watching along with us this evening, we can get you that credit. And that is if you're playing live. Your answers might go into the void if you're watching this after the fact, but at least you'll learn something, right? A lot of fun facts. So if you have that up, again, if you're just joining us, the email address is only needed on your first answer of the evening so that we can match you up. And with that, round 3, our final round, we're playing for a $50 gift card to Shoveltown Brewery in northeastern Massachusetts, located at 50 Oliver Street. Come on down and grab a shovel. Great for beer lovers, and even if not, they have pizza, menu items, and shirts, hats, glasses, and other merchandise, all of which you can get with your $50 gift card. So we'll put that 1 minute back on the clock. Round 3 works the same way as rounds 1 and 2, and now again we have wiped the slate clean. So here we are, ready to play. Round 3, question 1. With 29 movies done in his 14-year lifetime, international motion picture star Rin Tin Tin was what breed of dog? We're looking for a dog breed for round 3, question 1 right here. Looking for a dog breed of Rin Tin Tin. So Rin Tin Tin did 29 movies, most of them silent movies, in his 14-year lifetime. But don't worry, Rin Tin Tin Jr., Rin Tin Tin III, and Rin Tin Tin IV picked up his legacy. I think there was some controversy if Rin Tin Tin III was really the original Rin Tin Tin's grandson. But regardless, those movies kept coming out right up until the 50s. So long after Rin Tin Tin's lifespan of 14 years, which is pretty good for a dog. So what kind of breed was Rin Tin Tin? That's what we're looking for right here. What kind of breed? And Rin Tin Tin was a rescue from the battlefield of World War I. Rin Tin Tin was a German Shepherd. A German Shepherd brought home by an American soldier from the trenches in France. A German Shepherd, Rin Tin Tin. So yeah, if he was used to a battlefield, Hollywood was nothing. Question number 2. The tradition of throwing salt before a sumo match is a remnant of a ritual from what ethnically Japanese religion? We're looking for also it is the national religion of Japan. And it's a religion that originated in Japan and is primarily exclusive to Japan. Of course, there can be practitioners worldwide, but if you were to go to a shrine or temple for this religion, the vast majority exist solely in Japan. What is the national religion of Japan in which these rituals show themselves before sumo matches, which is also the national sport of Japan? Another fun trivia fact. But this religion is the worship of ancestors and nature spirits. So, ancestors and nature spirits. What is the national religion of Japan? Here we go. So it may not come to mind immediately because if you're not in Japan, you may not see temples and shrines for this religion, but the religion is Shinto. Shinto, which you'll see those Shinto gateways or archways in Japan. It's a very distinct kind of structure. But Shinto religion, the worship of ancestors and nature spirits, right there, is practiced before every sumo match. Question number 3. HAL 9000 is a fictional AI computer and the antagonist of what classic sci-fi film? We're looking for a classic sci-fi film in which HAL 9000 is the main antagonist. And HAL 9000 is an AI computer. So I guess if this was to be remade today, it will be GPT 9000, right? Chat GPT 9000 is, I guess, another way of saying this. But this movie was made, if you need any more hints, in 1968. So artificial intelligence computers that generate text and speech was very science fiction in 1968. But not so anymore. So this went from a sci-fi film with an AI antagonist to something that maybe it's more scary now that it could actually happen. But HAL 9000's famous line is, "I don't think I can let you do that, Dave." When he doesn't open up the shuttle doors in 2001, A Space Odyssey. 2001, A Space Odyssey. For close enough, you wrote 2000, A Space Odyssey, or A Space Odyssey 2001, or just Space Odyssey. We knew what movie you were talking about. But yes, 2001, where AI computers exist, made in 1968. I guess they were just about 20 years off for the AI computers, but but the space travel technology was there in 2001, like the movie. Or not like the movie. They didn't have gravity boots. One day. Moving right on to question number 4. Question number 4. What Declaration of Independence signatory also acted as the first and third governor of Massachusetts? So this is one of our founding fathers. One of the founding fathers that was there signing the Declaration of Independence was the first governor of Massachusetts with 90% of the vote. And then, again, the third governor of Massachusetts. Who is this tried and true, I guess, Massachusettsian? I'm not sure if that's the correct term, but most people from Massachusetts, they know it as the massholes. So who is that Declaration of Independence signatory who became the first governor of Massachusetts and then again the third governor of Massachusetts? And before that was a representative for Massachusetts in the Continental Congress. Continental Congress becoming our first and third governor of this fair Commonwealth. And this is a name that you may see on some famous buildings in Massachusetts. That is John Hancock. John Hancock had arguably the most famous signature on the Declaration of Independence. He was our first governor of Massachusetts, and then again our third governor of Massachusetts. So it is John Hancock right there. Question number 5. Question number 5. Who has been the lead singer of The Four Seasons since 1960? The lead singer of The Four Seasons since 1960. Right there. So looking for a name. So of course, when people break out, you get your name before the band with and the often. Diana Ross and the Supremes, when she gained notoriety over the rest of the Supremes. Who has been the lead singer of The Four Seasons since 1960? The Four Seasons. And we're in our last 20 seconds right now. 20 seconds. It is Who and The Four Seasons. As a famous vocal group of the 60s. Famous vocal group of the 60s right here. The Four Seasons. Not Vivaldi's famous concert, The Four Seasons, but I guess almost close to Vivaldi, it is Frankie Valli. Frankie Valli and The Four Seasons right there. Okay, this brings us, we got 3 more questions to go. What is the maximum amount of times one can go up and release the ball in a single game of bowling? So just for reference, we're talking about your standard 10-pin bowling, not candlepin. I know people hold candlepin bowling close to the heart here in Massachusetts, but your standard 10-pin bowling, what is the maximum amount of times that you can legally go up and release the ball down the alley? So here we go. We got still a little bit more than half. How many times can you release the ball and throw it down there in a game of bowling? Now, of course, if you get strikes in every frame, that's not maxing it out. because you only threw one ball and got a strike. So think about it like that. 10 seconds remaining. The most you can throw a ball. So if you want to get your money's worth, if you paid per game at Westgate Lanes, you said, I want to get as many down there, it is 21 times. You have 10 frames, and in each frame, let's say you either get 2 gutter balls or you get a spare. You can throw it 20 times, but that third frame, that final 10th frame, if you get a spare or 2 strikes, you get your third ball. So instead of 2 balls in each frame, you get that bonus ball on your 10th frame, making 21 times the most you can go up and release the ball right there. So 21 times spares, and then comes the turkey if you wanted to really get your money's worth. Okay, number 7 right here. The duodenum, jejunum, and ileum are all parts of what human organ? All parts of what human organ right there? Parts of your body. Of course, parts have other parts. So I don't want to give any examples because many of our organs have subparts, not I guess organelles, but they have sections that also have scientific names. So if a doctor says, I need to work on your duodenum, and you say, where is that? He says, it's right next to the jejunum and ileum. Which of your organs would they be referring to? Which of your organs right there? Again, duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. 3 parts of what larger organ or bodily system? But I guess that might be redundant to say. And this is our time. So those are all sections of your intestines. Your intestines. More specifically, they're all part of the small intestine. However, I would have just accepted intestine. But it looks like we did get people saying specifically the small intestine, which you would be correct. I wouldn't accept large intestine, though. That's where you box yourself into a corner. All right, this takes us to our final question of the evening. So one more minute to win it. What ingredient is mixed into espresso to make an Americano? If you go up to the cafe, or maybe if you go to the beanery with your $50 gift card, and you say, 1 Americano, please, they will mix what ingredient with some espresso to make you an Americano? What is that ingredient that they add to espresso for the Americano? And we got 40 seconds left right here. An Americano is what we're looking for. Why is it called Americano? Because that's what U.S. soldiers were requesting when they came over to Europe during, I'm not sure if this was the First or the Second World War, but one of the world wars, American soldiers were very unfamiliar with espresso, and they would ask the barista to alter it in a way so that they could drink it in their preferred manner, and they then dubbed this drink the Americano. And that ingredient is water, hot water. If you mix an espresso shot into a mug of hot water, it becomes, in essence, like coffee. And the American soldiers, not really understanding why they ordered a coffee and it came this big, they wanted it in a mug. So they put it in a mug of hot water, and voila, it tastes like coffee and has the same caffeine content as coffee. So that is the Americano, which is watered down espresso, if you're wondering. Not quite like a latte or a cappuccino that has steamed milk and whipped cream. So that brings us to the end. We're going to be back in just another minute like last time, where we'll be drawing for a $50 gift card to Shoveltown Brewery. And don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hello and welcome to Easton News. I'm Joe Taft.
And I'm Jack Ryan, and together we bring you everything you need to know about Easton, including
The
politics.
town of Easton is undertaking a crucial public safety and public works facilities replacement project to enhance essential services for the community.
Community events.
Mark your calendars and get your costumes ready. The Easton Food Pantry will be hosting a Halloween parade.
And sports.
Boys soccer stayed hot, defeating Stoughton 2-1. That was the team's 5th straight division title and 4th in a row in the Davenport.
With APCSM guest segment Pet of the Week.
Hi, I'm Katie with the Animal Protection Center, and today we have a little Iris.
With help from special correspondent Wyatt Fain. Join us
For Easton News.
playing 6 o'clock Friday, Saturday, and Sundays.
We are back. And we have everybody in the bag right here. So let me just shake this up. And we will be drawing for $50 to Shoveltown Brewery. Before I do so, I just want to say you can join us next month on Tuesday, June 18th at 6 o'clock for your next episode of Tuesday Triviality. And support ECAT. I'll talk about that in just a moment. But let me reach down to the bottom, make sure it's mixed up well. Okay. And answer number 10. So it looks like right here for round 3, our lucky, for being the first correct answerer of John Hancock. Of course, you're not the fastest answer, but the first correct answer for John Hancock. This goes to Dano. Dano, you are our lucky winner for round 3. That's a Shoveltown Brewery $50 gift card. And your answer, John Hancock, is what won you that one. So for everybody else, there's always next month. We always run this once a month on a wonderful Tuesday. And you can play live with us, and maybe that next $50 gift card can be yours. If not, you can always watch these again online and have fun while you're at it. But again, I'd like to say I'm Tim Poupolo, your host and trivia master. I want to thank Northeastern Savings Bank again for sponsoring this evening. Northeastern Savings Bank, from personal business banking to investing services. They're here to help you grow. Find out more at northeasternsavingsbank.com. We also can't do it without the help and support of viewers like you. So if you would like to help ECAT out with a donation, just go to eastoncat.org and scroll down for the donation link. Your support helps shows like this reach the masses. So hopefully you learned something this evening. Keep that curiosity. I'm your host, Tim, and this was Triviality. Take care, everybody.